So for this one of a Euro USD, so I did a mistake of trading a Euro USD because I was looking for this is I trade for 1 hour and 15 minutes, but then I saw a buyer came halfway. I knew there's a point of it that I should in my back in my mind was telling me to not take that trade early and fast, and I didn't listen to it because what I learned, I supposed not to take this trade, but I was going for a better price and see how the buyer react from there. But at that moment, I already took that trade already, and I felt like I shouldn't take that trade early without any information. So basically, might as well. I already took that trade. What would have happened for me to learn my lessons, to have to learn the mistake what I'm doing again. So I didn't. At the same time, I'm still looking for learning how to read the buyers and the seller. So I went a little bit down of a time frame. So I just came back from work. So at this time frame, I already took the trade, so I knew that there's a point of it. Like I'm gonna learn this mistake without no information of this area. I only took this candle of the trade because I saw the buyer came strong, and I was looking, the volume is always stronger than a seller, but at the same time the seller candle was like it's pretty strong. So I had no reason why I took that trade, but I felt unconfident. So what I did is like, you know what, I don't think this trade is gonna go work, and that's what I thought. But since I was learning to read, I got deeper to 3 minutes to see what is going on from there, and from this area I was looking for reading here. The buyer is gaining weak, and the seller getting strong. The buyer getting strong again, and then it roll over. It's kind of a little roll over. It came down, but overall I wasn't really focused on reading that time. So that moment it came down really hard, but the seller volume is pretty strong. And then what I see is that from there I was like, okay, the volume came up very the buyer came up with 2 candle. To me, I say to myself that why do I take that trade, and without any of this spot of information, well, what is going on? And I should have waited. If they I draw this line, I should have waited from there and do a pop, and have a little bit of struggle of the seller, so to get back up here and take the price from profit, but it didn't happen. So what I did is like I wasn't really confident what I'm doing, and at the same time I knew my mistake that I shouldn't take that trade without any information. So I took the trade from this area from here, and from that moment I just sat and I think I sat and I put the alarm over here to see I'm wrong, but at the same time I was sat and watch and to read the seller and buyers. So the seller came down really weak and the buyer came back hard, but then there's some volume over there, but then I see a seller came back hard again, and then the value came, and the seller came back hard, and I felt this area. So oops, I'll try to take out this area. I'll just make it smaller. So from that 3 minutes of reading, and I felt this is the money spot for the seller, and the buyer was struggling, and it came down, and then it set my alarm, and I say I'm out of this trade, because I shouldn't be in this trade early. I should be trading or whatsoever. I say no, I'm not gonna trade this one. So from that moment, I learned my lesson that I shouldn't put a trade without reading, and I should have waited the buyer came up all the way here and knocked this area out and act like a range. And my other lesson is I didn't have information, and I should have waited the data just play out before I take the trade. And that's all. From there, my why is I want to take a buy from here with the buyer react, but the buyer react was pretty weak, and it was a mistake to take this area of the buyer without reading the whole story of it. But then I got out very early. But ever since I never get back in, and my mistake is just saw a candle and took a trade from there without anything happening whatsoever, or wait for V formation. And please give me feedback that I could do a better. And another mistake is I didn't calculate my ATR, and that's all. I felt that mistake that I have all the time, and I'm trying to correct it as much as I can. Thank you for watching.